Forget everything you know about spending days or even weeks building a website. What if I told you that you could forget all that? Because today we're going to build a stunning, custom animated website, and we're going to do it in just a few minutes. We'll be using this absolutely revolutionary AI-powered workflow that is, no joke, changing the entire game. Okay, so take a look at this. This is a slick, professional website. It's got custom graphics, it's got these cool little animations. Something like this would usually take a whole team of designers and developers, right? But what if I told you that you could build this entire site from just this one screenshot? Seriously, it sounds like magic, but it's real. Let's dive in and I'll show you exactly how it's done. All right, so here's how we're going to break it down. It's a 5-step journey. We're going to start with just an image and turn it into a website. Then we'll refine the code just by talking to the AI. After that, we'll generate our own custom AI characters, bring them to life with some animation, and finally, we'll polish the whole thing up and get it published online. First up, the part that feels like actual magic. We are going to take this simple, flat screenshot and turn it into a fully functional website. This is where we lay the entire foundation for the project. And the wild part is, it happens almost instantly. So how do we kick this off? Honestly, it's almost laughably simple. You just take a screenshot of any design you like, literally any design, and you upload it to an AI like Claude with a simple request. The key here is its multimodal ability. It can see the design and understand what you're asking it to build. And get this, you don't need to be some kind of prompt wizard. All it takes is a simple description, just plain English. You tell it what you want, maybe throw in a few key details like the font name or the heading size, and that's it. The AI just gets to work and spits out all the HTML and CSS you need. Okay, so we've got the skeleton of our site. Now it's time to refine it, to really dial in the details. And this is where the AI becomes less of a tool and more of a coding partner. We can make super precise changes right from the terminal just by having a conversation. So check this out. Let's say something's off, like this little star icon isn't showing up right. Instead of you having to dig through lines and lines of CSS, you just tell it. You say, hey, the star icon is broken. It understands the context and figures out how to fix it. It's like having a coding partner who just gets it. And you can see here, the AI started with a pretty basic emoji as a placeholder, just to get something on the page. But with just one little command, we swap it out for a crisp, custom SVG file. And just like that, our design goes from a rough draft to pixel perfect. And this is where the speed is just mind-blowing. We can add some pretty complex visual effects, things like a background grid or a soft vignette mask with a single text command. These are changes that used to take a ton of tedious tweaking in CSS, and now they happen in seconds. All right, our website structure is looking good, but a website needs personality, right? It's time to create our characters. We're going to use AI to generate completely original art assets for our site. We're moving beyond just code and into actual content creation. For this, we're going to jump into a tool called Higgsfield. Think of it like a creative hub that gives you access to a bunch of different, really powerful AI models for generating not just images, but video and other kinds of media too. And you know what? It's the same deal as the code. We just talk to it. We give it some creative direction in this prompt, asking for a Pixar-style character with some really unique details, like a miner's helmet and a knitted jumper. And the result? A set of completely original characters that are tailor-made for our site. Okay, this is where things get really cool. We have these amazing static characters. Let's make a move. We're going to use a video generation model called Seedings 2.0 to bring our characters to life. But here's a super important tip. Creative control is everything. Look how specific this prompt is. We're telling it to keep the camera static, no panning. Why? Because for a website element, we want a clean, stable animation loop, not some big cinematic shot with distracting camera moves. And that's exactly why we're using Seedings 2.0 for this job. It's incredibly precise. It actually listens to our commands to avoid that unwanted panning or weird cropping, giving us the total control we need for professional web animations. And what you get is just perfect for a website. These clean, subtle character animations on a solid background. They're totally ready to go. Pro tip, by the way, if you really want to level it up, you can pop these into a video editor and use a magic mask to get a perfectly transparent background. So we've done all this cool, magical stuff, but a website isn't really done until it's polished, fast, and actually live on the internet, right? So for our final step, We're going to handle all the polishing and get it published. And yeah, the AI helps here too. And let's talk about one of the most important things for any website, speed. Those little video animations, they can be huge files, but we just ask Claude to compress them, and bam, a massive 90% reduction in file size. That one simple command makes the site way faster, which is absolutely critical for keeping people engaged. And the AI isn't just for the big stuff. It's amazing for those final touches too. We used simple prompts to add some slick entrance animations and, crucially, to make the entire site fully responsive. That means it generated all the CSS media queries and even a working burger menu, so it looks perfect on any phone or tablet. So let's recap. From a single screenshot to a fully animated, responsive, super fast website, the whole thing took about 10 minutes. Let that sink in for a second. 10 minutes. This is just an unbelievably efficient way to work. And believe it or not, the simplicity doesn't stop there. Even getting this thing live is part of the same workflow. The AI can literally guide you through the final steps, from pushing the project to GitHub to publishing it on a platform like Cloudflare. It'll even give you the terminal commands you need to run. So think about what we just did. We went from a simple picture to a live animated website in the time it takes to grab a coffee. This workflow combines human creativity and direction with the raw power and efficiency of AI in a way we've just never seen before. So I have to ask, is this the new standard for how we create things for the web?